Okay, hey out there fellow gardeners, it's Kathy the Neighborhood Gardener. Today with a quick video for you. Wanted to show you what I've been doing in between trying to stay on top of the bees, which that's going so well. I appreciate y'all watching that last video. Anyway, what I'm working on in between all of that is I'm working really hard on getting my front garden beds prepared for spring. It's the end of January. I am living for spring. The sound of the birds, all the flowers that are blooming for the bees and the butterflies, my favorite time of year by far. So anyway, I wanted to kind of show you today what I've been doing out here in front. It's still looking like a mess, but in here, it's gonna look good. I've been planting flowers native flowers for Florida, for the environment, for the bees, the butterflies. They're also very hardy to this zone, so come next winter I will not have to cover a lot of that. They should survive just fine. Anyway, I've been prepping the ground, I've been killing grass, tilling garden beds, and I'm just going to give you a quick look at what that looks like. It's been a lot of work, but for me it's just a labor of love, and I just wanted to share that with you as well. So I'm trying to plant a cutting garden. I've never done that, a cut flower garden, and I'm trying to look at my space every day. I'm looking at the sunshine, how much sun is in this area, how much shade is in this area. So hopefully, along with my plant sales, I can do some cut flower sales as well, or just to share as well. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be doing seed. I've started some seeds indoors. This is the first time I've ever done that, and not sure how that's going. I've got some sprouts going. I'll show you that. I just brought them outside to get a little fresh air. And then I'm also going to be doing some bulb planting, which I have some of these. I don't know if I have never planted dahlias, but look how beautiful those are. These will get about 36 to 48 inches tall. Big, beautiful blooms on them. Will look beautiful in flower arrangements. So anyway, lots of excitement for me. I am just thankful to be able to do this, and I'm just enjoying it, and I just wanted to share it with you. And let me go give you a quick look at what it's looking like now. I've got a huge pile of mulch out here that when I have my trees trimmed, they dumped all the mulch from those trees here, so I can use that for my garden beds. So let me just give you a quick look, and hopefully you'll see the vision as well. You'll see the before, the durings, and the afters. So let's go. Let me show you what I've been working on. So this area right here, I'm just going to add in some filler plants here, but this is pretty much my bee garden. I've got a lot of plants in here that the bees actually love. There are a few pollinators out there right now, different types of bees. There's mason bees I have seen in there, and I've also got my honeybees out here. But things are kind of crammed together here. I've got some gazinias right there and some other plants that I've been huddling together during these cold evenings that we've had. I've got some cosmos that I have to get in the ground in there as well, and I've got some phlox that I just took cuttings and waiting for those to bloom out. Got my African blue basil. I've got my Budelia here, which is a butterfly bush. It's not blooming yet, but springtime. I've got lots of Spanish needle here, and this has pretty much been one of the main pollinators that I've had. It blooms pretty much year round, so the bees have been bringing this pollen in. I've got some goldenrod here that you can kind of see is just really starting to come up nicely, and some of these other plants that are in here, some dropwort and liatris. They're not ready, but they should be popping up in the spring. All of these things reseed. I've got some cleome here, and this is also called cat's whiskers, and it did pretty good. I did cover this because they have not been in the ground for too long, but this is pretty much right here my native garden for my bees. So lots of flowering plants in there, and I've just got to put my filler plants in. So if I look around here on my street, on this area here, you can see where I have been working to get the grass killed, and this is all going to be my cutting garden area right here. It's going to go all the way back in between my house and my neighbor's house. That's actually my daughter. This is going back into the back gardens, and I also have a raised garden bed that I built last year. All of this has to still be cleaned out, but this is going to be all paths and pavers and cutting gardens in this area right here. This area right here, I've got a lot of perennials up there that made it through. I have a lot of plants. Some of these are going to be in my plant sales. I've done a lot of propagating, and we'll see how that goes. Back here up against the house is another area. I've got a lot of salvia in here. I'm just showing you my mess. It's a lot of flowers out here, and these seem to do well with just the salvia seems to do better here with just some filtered sunlight. Give you a quick look there. Those are in the ground, a few are in the pots, and over here I have got, this whole area has to be reworked, which I'm loving. This is what feeds me, is planning out these garden beds. So right here I've got another garden bed that I'm going to be working on. I've killed the grass here. I have tilled this whole garden bed, and I can't wait to get started planting in that. I probably will not start there for about another 2 weeks. I am going to go ahead and amend the soil and with some compost, so that way the soil is going to be nice and ready when I'm ready to put these plants in the ground. Our last frost date for our area here is supposed to be like February the 3rd. So I'll give you a better look here. Hopefully by spring, summertime, this is all gonna just be incredibly beautiful with flowers. And here's another section, this little vignette that I did here. I've really taken care to protect these flowers that are in the ground here, and again got some plants up there, just been propagating them. It looks just like a big old hodgepodge of a mess right now, but once I've huddled plants together, some of them I've had to cover, but once we are out of the danger of any frost, these plants are going to be going in the ground, and I can't wait to show you that part of it. This is another area of the garden that I had a lot of oyster plants. This was all full of oyster plants here, and I've taken all of that out. This is going to be another spot that I'm going to do my cutting garden in, and lots of zinnias and cosmos and some other bulbs. I can't wait to get those in the ground. You can see I've got some other little things I've been propagating, some gold dust crotons there, and nice coleus, beautiful coleus, gotta love that. This area here in front of my little half wall has got to all be cleaned out, but I've got pentas in there that come up year after year, and they just do beautiful in there. I trim them back in the spring, probably, well, last third week maybe in February is usually when I trim them back. I'll cut them way back, and they will come back even fuller and bushier every year. These are the tall pentas, and they're wonderful just every year. These are the squirrel's tail shrimp plant. I've not trimmed these back because we've had frosts, and I did not want to cut them back too soon, but I'm going to propagate off of some of those. These also bring in butterflies and bees. Once these little shoots, they will develop little flowers on the end, and they're just beautiful. One of my favorite flowers, and they're just prolific. Over here, I've just got the succulent garden, as they have been living here for a few years and just doing really nice. And over here, same thing, these bowls, I do need to start fertilizing these succulents here. This area here I cleaned out. That was full on the bottom. I had oyster plants all down there, but it's just time to rework that a little bit. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in there, but I've just stuck some of my plants for propagation in here. I've got some blue ginger plants that are looking really nice. This is a mother plant of the blue ginger that I actually have planted in the ground. This is what I propagate off of. And then I've got another little coleus that's so easy to propagate. Some aloe plant, And I've got a sansevieria. This is salvia, and then I've got some blue curls in this pot here, as well as some vining mimosa. That'll get little tiny beautiful flowers on it. And behind there I've got some black-eyed Susans and some more salvia. And anyway, so yeah, some angel trumpet plants. They grow a peach and white bloom. Those are also, I'm going to put some of those in my plant sales. So just lots of things, lots of ideas going around in my head. The curbside garden out in front, I won't be changing anything out there on the curbside garden. That'll probably be next year. But as far as the rest of this front lawn, there is no lawn left. It is all just going to be flowers, paths, and pavers. Hopefully I'll be seeing a lot more honeybees out here, just loving to forage out here. That's what I'm planting all this up here. Beautiful salvia. That is, look at the purple. These have bloomed all year. I have not covered these, and look how gorgeous. And then I wanted to show you over here, look at the aster. Also a native blooming plant. Look how beautiful that is. It's kind of fallen over from the mother plant right there in the pot, but look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Man, I love being out here. This is some Joe Pye weed, and I've got some more coreopsis, and I also have some Spanish needle planted in here. Some of these things that haven't bloomed yet, but boy, when they start blooming, they are going to be absolutely beautiful. So a little bit of bulbing here, great for the bees. And look at that little, just these bloom all year round as well, very hardy. And then I've got some bulbs planted in there, and then some purple vining sweet potato. And also this is an angel wing begonia that I've got in there as well. Looking much better from when I first put it in there in the fall. This is, look how beautiful these little white dianthus. And then I've got some snapdragons, some beautiful shades of like a purplish red there, and yellow. And then this is heliotrope. Kind of looks a little bit like a penta, but look at this deep purple against that yellow. I hope those colors are showing up. But this is also a huge pollinator plant, and these are going to be going into the ground as well. Can't wait to plan that part of the garden out. All right, so that's it. I hope you can see the vision of what this is going to look like in a few months. It is going to be bursting with color, bees and butterflies, all kinds of pollinators. I'm looking forward to that, and I enjoy sharing this with you. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Anyway, I hope you all have a great week out there. Thank you for watching as always. I do appreciate your time. Go out and find something that you're just passionate and enjoy doing. Take your mind off of all this other stuff that's going on. Just keep looking up. God's got a plan for us. So don't waste the day on worrying. Just go out and enjoy, and I'll keep showing you what I'm doing here. It's great therapy if you need some therapy. Anyway, thanks for watching. You all have a great week out there. See ya.